In the research and application of EEG signals, data acquisition and processing are critical steps due to the diversity of EEG acquisition devices. The file formats for EEG data generated by different devices may vary. Common file formats include EDF, BDF, CSV, and so on. These files record time series data of EEG signals and may also include such as sampling rate, channel information, and other device details. To analyze and process these data, we need to import and parameter them using programming tools. Python, as a widely used scientific computing language, provides extensive library support, making EEG signal processing more efficient and flexible. Below, we demonstrate a specific code example to show how to use Python to import electroencephalogram data in the EDF format and extract key information. First, we use the MENA library in Python to read EDF files. This library is specifically designed for processing biosignal data, particularly EEG. The MNE library provides a wealth of functionality, including data pre-negation, visualization, statistical analysis, and signal processing, making it suitable for both NaNoMoCo research and clinical applications. Before using it, you need to make sure that the MNE and NumPy libraries are installed. You can install these two libraries using the following commands with tip. We define the file path for the EEG signal. Then we open the EDF file at the specified path using the MENA-IO read raw EDF method and enters a raw data object called raw. Next, we obtain the number of signal channels recorded in the file using raw info nenchan and get the sampling rate using raw info feat. We then use a for loop to extract the name information for each channel. These names typically correspond to the channel labels marked on the device during acquisition, such as O1, F3, etc. Afterwards, we use another for loop along with the getData method to read the signal data of each channel into a umpide array, forming a two-dimensional array where each row represents the complete signal of a channel. To ensure that file resources are released promptly, we call the raw close method after reading the data, closing the file connection. This is particularly important when dealing with larger EEG files, as failing to release resources in a timely manner can lead to excessive memory usage or file locking. Finally, we print some basic information for demonstration purposes. After running the above code, the program outputs the following key information. From the results above, we can see that the data contains 64 channels, which is a typical high-dust state electroencephalography acquisition configuration, commonly used to record the spatial distribution of brain electrical signals. The names of these channels, such as FC5, CZ, PZ, follow the internationally standardized 10 to 20 SWIS-TEM, or its extensions, representing the positions of different electrodes on the scalp. The sampling rate is 160 Hz, meaning the device collects 160 data points per second. Additionally, the signal shape is 19,680, indicating that the data is a two-dimensional array with 64 channels, each containing 19,680 samples. With a sampling rate of 160 Hz, we can calculate that the total duration of the signal recording is 19,680 divided by 160 equals 123, which means this EEG signal recorded approximately 123 seconds of brain electrical activity. Through this information, we can establish a foundation for subsequent analysis. For example, the sampling rate determines the temporal resolution of the signal and the frequency range that can be analyzed. Channel names help us locate activities in specific brain regions, and the two-dimensional structure of the signal facilitates matrix operations and data processing. Next, we can perform further processing on this data, such as Beckett removal, filtering, feature extraction, and other operations to deeply mine valuable information from the signals. It's worth noting that different file formats, such as BDF or CSV, may require different reading methods, but the core steps are similar. First, determine the format and storage structure of the file. Then use appropriate libraries or tools to extract the data.